deadline to switch over to chip credit cards is just a little more than a week away.
Oh, but a lot of people don't have the cards yet, and many retailers aren't ready to take them. Fox 5's Alison Morris is here to explain what in the world is going on. I mean, you would think everybody would want.
Yeah, we've been talking about this forever.
It's so ridiculous. So the deadline's next week, October 1st. It's so comical, not only that people don't have cards, but that it's 2015 and we are just talking about chip cards in 2015. It's really unbelievable. Here in the U.S., we're one of the only countries that doesn't use chip cards already. Meanwhile, the rest of the world's been using them for decades. The real issue here, it boils down to money. It is very expensive for the banks to issue those new cards and for stores to install new chip reading terminals, so they have dragged their feet until now.
Only 63% of Americans nationwide are using EMV cards, and 47% of retailers are expected to accept them.
But that's slowly changing. Starting Thursday, October 1st, a lot more Americans will have EMV or chip cards, and more stores will have the right equipment to accept them.
By October 1st, retailers need to have a migration to EMV-equipped point-of-sale terminals. That means that they're on the hook for any fraud if they don't migrate by that date.
Why the switch? Chip cards are safer and more secure than magnetic stripe cards. And after the Target data breach, the major credit card companies decided it was time to make their cards harder to hack.
By contrast, an EMV card is often a contactless transaction, so you're less vulnerable to having your data taken than you would with a regular magnetic stripe card.
Instead of passing your credit card information to the merchant, what it does is it passes a unique transaction code that the merchant gets, and that if a hacker gets into and tries to reuse, they won't be able to use it. It's basically like stealing an expired password.
The cards themselves are also tough to copy.
They make it harder to counterfeit the actual physical credit card because of that chip that's in there.
In spite of the October 1st deadline, some stores and banks are taking their time with the chip upgrade.
If you don't have one of these chip cards yet, you'll probably get one by the end of the year.
They're also taking the chance that they'll be on the hook if you're hacked.
This doesn't change consumer liability at all. The only thing that will happen if you swipe instead of using the chip is that you won't get that extra protection that that technology provides.
All right, so a couple of things to keep in mind when you finally get your chip cards if you don't have them already. They will still have magnetic stripes on the back. So if you are somewhere without a chip terminal, don't worry, you can still use your credit card. Most of these chip cards will be chip, where you insert the card, and signature, not chip and a PIN code. Those pins offer an extra layer of protection. Unfortunate that we're not going to have them. The card issuers are expected to introduce those eventually, but it's all about easing in. It's expensive, and they just don't want to prevent people from spending money.
Especially with holidays coming up.
Exactly.
And that's why APRs are so high, because all the fraud they gotta deal with, the whole thing.
You'd think it would just be smart to get the chip and the PIN.
Sooner than later.